Oh my god, boy oh boy, do I have a surprise for you people. Look who it is, training the best skill on the game. Mr. Excel, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. How's it going, man?
Alright, sweet. So for those of you who don't know Excel, I did or rather, he did an interview with me. He interviewed me last year, and down below there's going to be a lot of links, including Excel's channel links and social media. But the interview that me and him did last year, that link is also down in the description as well. But so you are the first guest on Why Make RuneScape Series XL, and I just want to say
All right.
one of the reasons why you're the first guest is because you actually inspired me to start this little series. Mainly from what we did, last year and stuff. I'm like, it would just be kind of cool to ask a lot of content creators, the old daddy content creators of like 2000. Definitely throw in some new ones as well. But for those of you who don't know who Excel is, I'm gonna do a little intro here. This is Excel, also known as WGD Vids on YouTube. His Twitch account is The Real Excel. And social media is WGD Vids on Twitter. His links are below. His most viewed video is RuneScape infomercial, the amazing Jagex dagger uploaded on July 10th, 2009 with 954k views. Almost at the 1 million mark. We gotta get you there.
Almost. Almost, yeah. Another 50K, please.
He is known for his amazing detailed content. Also winning the RuneScape Machinima contest back in 2009. Your submission was amazing. I submitted a 2-minute video of me speaking, I think, bunghole a whole bunch of times. It was absolute dog shit.
I don't know how you got robbed. That was I feel bad, man.
And one of his most famous videos is Drugs and RuneScape, uploaded on July 1st,
Oh
2008.
God.
Which
I forgot about that one.
Ironically, this is the first video that I ever saw by you. Was back in
I'm sorry.
2008.
That's such an awful video, too.
No, it was a good, because I started making videos the end of May 2008, and I actually remembered seeing that, and I'm like, wow, I think Nightmare should start doing some skit videos because this is grade A content.
Oh my God. No. So the funny thing about that video is like, so I don't do drugs or anything. So I know nothing about like the effects of drugs. And I thought like, I'm going to throw together a video where like you do some jump cuts and you could like use a lighter on whatever the item was. It was something that looked like a blunt. And I was just going to use my, fire lighter on that, then do a jump cut and change it into like a burning whatever. I can't even remember what the items are, but I was just going to do a bunch of jump cuts and make it look interesting. And then just threw a bunch of like, oh yeah, this is what happens if you do this in RuneScape. And I screwed up like everything about that video. It's just, it's really like, if you go back and look at your old videos from like 10 years ago, you're like, oh my God, did I really make this? It was one of those videos like, oh wow, this is so bad. But it's funny because that's like the video that everybody like got to know me from. That was my first big video. So everybody has fond memories of it except for me.
Well, it's funny that we're talking about drugs right now because this person's username is Dabs every day. Just came up onto. Oh God.
Well, we are on 420 server, so we're gonna get a lot of that probably.
That is very true. All right, so moving on more forward to this interview, because I got some questions here for you, and the first question that I want to ask you, and a lot of people probably have as well, is why make RuneScape content? Because there has to be a reason why Excel started RuneScape content, and I would like to know.
Well, I think the easy answer is boredom. So I'd played the game forever. I mean, I've been playing this since like 2004, and the reason why I got into it is like my daughter was born, and I'm just sitting around the house doing nothing, so I start playing RuneScape. And right around like 4 years later, I'm just getting bored. I've done pretty much everything. I've got the Questscape. I've done like all that I can do. So I'm just sitting around with nothing to do. And like all my buddies and whatever clan I was in were like, well, let's start making videos. Let's see what happens. So we just started recording stupid stuff and just seeing what we could do with it. And I was getting better at editing, and I was like, let me try something new. And it was most of it is, you know how everyone starts with the RuneScape music videos. Everybody would grab some Linkin Park or something like that and just throw tons of effects on their video and make a video, music video. So we started off with that, of course, because that's what everybody starts with. And then from there, I was like, you know what, we should make some like funny content, something with like little more than like just music and me dancing around. I think part of it was like the copyright strikes were starting to come in too. So I did something like the 10 types of players that you run into in RuneScape, like the guy that comes in and begs. You got the guy like that were over here like talking to us, like the follower. Or I forgot what the names were, but I did something like that, and everyone kind of liked that idea. So then I did something else for something else, and people were liking the idea of me just doing just fun videos instead of music videos. So then I came out with the drugs video, which is the first one I actually spoke in, and that one just blew up at like 100,000 views, I think, like right away. I was like, oh my gosh. This is crazy. And right around that time, everybody in the clan that I was in like stopped wanting to do videos. I don't know if they didn't like the fact that it took forever to like act them out or what, but it seemed like I lost most of my actors, and I went off and kind of made some new friends and started doing stuff with them, and it just became fun. It was something to do in the game that wasn't rune crafting or fletching, and it was just fun. Just get your friends together, do a bunch of stupid stuff, chop it up in a video, and release it, and then get like thousands of people to like it and enjoy it and leave great comments, and you get to read all that. So that was the real appeal, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, going on the RSMV, because I remember, like you said, I saw that video that you did in July of 2008, and it really inspired me, and it probably inspired so many more people as well. And I was like, wow, this is the coolest thing ever. Inside the Fire, Linkin Park with like flashy RuneScape, like music. And so I tried making a RSMV, and I started realizing, because, back into, I mean, you go ahead and search how to change a flat tire, you're going to get like 1,000 videos on YouTube. Back in 2008, YouTube was really becoming big, so there really wasn't a lot of content. So there was really no help on how to make an RSMV. And I thought it was, simple, pretty easy. And a friend of mine who was really big into editing, he's like, yeah, so you got Sony Vegas, you got your clips, now you need to edit each frame. And I'm like, okay, so, what's a frame? And he's like, 1 second. And I'm like, oh, and then I started doing the math, and I'm like, wait a second. For one frame, 1 second, it takes me about 5 minutes. And he's like, oh yeah, if you want to do like a 5-minute video, it's going to take you a month. Fuck this! So
yeah, exactly.
I've always had great deal of respect. And whenever I talk about, whenever I'm doing long live streams and I'm rambling on about nonsense, losing my fucking sanity, I start talking about old stuff. And whenever I mention RSMVs, I do mention your name and mention other people back then that did a lot of them. A lot of people have a great deal of respect, because people know that making RSMVs, it's not something easy. I mean, how many hours have you spent creating content? Probably.
Oh, way too many.
Oh yeah.
Well, I got to say, you had the right idea, because you were probably one of the first people I saw like on YouTube that you just play the game, have fun with it, get excited or get angry in some cases, and then just record it, have fun with it. And like, as far as editing, that's got to be fairly easy. I mean, you do a couple cuts, you upload it, and you're good. You can release it every day if you want to. And that's honestly, that's what everybody does now. That's like the model to go on. And you were like one of the pioneers for that. And that's so much easier. Like, I would sit there and like edit, like you're saying, I would take like a month to edit a video. I get one video out in a month. It would get a lot of views, yeah, and it was a lot of work. But then you could like just turn around every day, you get to turn out a video and you get thousands of views too. It's like, oh man, this guy's got his stuff together. And I tried doing that for like, I went into Minecraft when I started doing that stuff, and I just wasn't good at it at first. You had to really kind of get in the groove and get into like get the excitement and energy flowing, and it's probably not me to a point. I'm not as good as it as a lot of people, like I can't. You can hear me struggle with words. I can't just say words off the cusp of my mouth doesn't function like that. So I struggled with it a bit, but that really was the way to go. I think you were the pioneer. You helped inspire me to get my actor turned around and do something different than just videos. But I think that was the way to go. You were a trendsetter in that aspect.
It's funny, like you say that, because I think I did everything right. I had zero quality. I'm like, this video is gonna bomb, and it did the opposite. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh god. All right. So, question two that I have for you.
Yeah.
So you obviously create content on YouTube, and you obviously stream as well. Which one do you favor? Do you favor creating content, or do you favor more streaming aspect?
Well, I would say I actually like the streaming more. Even from the money standpoint, I've got more from Twitch. Just like I've got like no viewers now. Like nobody remembers who I am. My Twitch audience is like minuscule because everybody that was fans of me before is pretty much grown up. They're doing better thing or other things in life. They're busy. They probably have families and whatnot. And I just don't have the old crowd that I used to. The crowd that I do have, they're great, but I mean it's minuscule compared to what I have. And even with that little tiny bit, I still have made way more money doing that than I ever did on the YouTube side. Granted, when I started making money on YouTube was like right at the infancy of making money with YouTube. I was probably one of the first people to actually get paid for doing YouTube content, and the money was it was terrible. It could still be terrible, I don't know, but it was like you were getting like pennies for every 10,000 views or 1,000 views, you're basically getting pennies. So if you got like 100,000 views on a video, you're still probably making like maybe like $20 or something. Like it's something ridiculous. So the only way to make money was to basically get millions of views, which I never had. And like before, it would take a month to make a video, and I'm getting just barely 1,000 views or a couple tens or 100,000 views, and it's just not making the money like people thought it was. So I so back. Well, I'm getting off track, but to basically say I enjoy doing the Twitch stuff a lot more because the stress is a lot less. I'm just sitting there playing. I'm hanging out with people. I'm having fun. I'm just playing. I don't have to sit there and worry about editing or creating a script or getting the acting done or editing and dealing with all that stuff. I mean, that stuff's enjoyable at times, but it can also be work if it gets like out of control. Like I've had projects that, oh, this will be a simple, easy project. I'll just work on it a bit. Next thing you know, it's like 2 months later, and you're still working on it. You're still trying to get clips to add in, and it's like, oh wow, this really spiraled out of my control here. But yeah, the Twitch is just from pretty much all aspects. The money, the fun that you have, the stress levels is a lot better.
Oh yeah, I mean definitely on the money aspect. I mean the end of 2013 was when I really had to transition over to Twitch, because that's when YouTube changed all their monetization and all their shit. It was absolutely terrible. And I mean, I definitely agree with you on the money aspect too. Like if I did a month worth of streaming, I'd make more revenue from Twitch than obviously a month of uploading videos. But I actually betted against myself, and um I actually thought you were going to say that you enjoy making content more than you did actually
Oh,
streaming and stuff. Because so for me, it's like I actually enjoy creating content because I can like edit something on Twitch for live streaming. A lot of times you can't edit it, and
yeah,
I
that's
just
true.
kind of really thought you were going to go more the content route and stuff, but yeah, I mean
That's funny.
you're 100% accurate when you definitely say the stress is definitely gone streaming. But then again, like you said, I've never put the amount of hours like you have into like the quality. If I have terrible ADHD. If I sat on a video
Yeah, me
for a
too.
month, I would think I would forget about it. I'd be like, oh shit. So I mean, yeah, that's why like editing aspects, absolutely, terrible in that aspect. But
Yeah.
I gotta watch more of your streams because I've actually sat quietly. And of course, I wasn't, I didn't, Peter Piper. My hand wasn't on my wiener, but
Hope not.
I have actually seen some of your streams, and yeah, I mean, You're a good fucking streamer and stuff. But
Well, that's good. I think I'm a terrible, like, as far as making content versus streaming. I feel like I'm way worse at streaming. I'm still kind of learning the game, but like and maybe that's why I confused you, because like I make better YouTube content. I've been doing that for years. But as far as like the stress levels and what I would prefer to do, I'd definitely streaming is the way to go. The less stressful, sorry, less stressful stock in the stream. So you have to deal with that. So yeah, you're right in that aspect. You can't make mistakes.
oh, absolutely. I hit my fucking big toe once, and I had an ingrown toenail. And I,
But that's content, man. That's content.
yeah,
That's what
but
gets the views.
it's not supposed. I'm not like I didn't want.
Maybe that's what I need to do, is like more self mutilation during my streams. I'll get more people to get in there and watch me injure myself.
Oh God. All right, question 3 that I got for you. Would you play RS if you did not create content?
Well, that's a good question. I would probably play less. I don't know. That's really difficult to say, because well, I definitely play less because a lot of the stuff I'm doing on RuneScape is creating content. So
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not doing that, I don't would I be playing? Probably not. But um, yeah, I mean, I would still be playing. I just probably wouldn't be playing as much because it's still enjoyable. I mean, like I'm actually having a lot of fun. I was thinking just the other day, like, wow, I'm like at a point where I'm doing Vorkoth and Zulrah, some of these like decent level bosses now, and like
Yeah.
this is really fun. I almost don't want to edit content because I'd rather be in there like playing parts of the game rather than like editing. But
Yeah.
still have to do that. So I would definitely be playing, just probably not as much.
So what percent? Because when my friend asked me that question when he was interviewing me, I gave a 80%. So like if I did not create content, my RuneScape time, like time playing the game, I think would be down 80%. What
Oh
kind
my
of time?
goodness.
Oh yeah, because you're totally right. Like all the stuff we do is really for creating that content, and if there was no purpose for that content, what percent do you think it would be down for you?
Actually, out of 80, I was going to say 80%. That seems high, but maybe it is about 80% because you're completely right. Like everything we do is usually geared toward, like the stuff I'm doing now is like get levels so that when I get on stream, I can do
Hell yeah,
some of these
fletching.
bosses or some of the things. Yeah, fletching. The Vorkoth fight requires all kinds of fletching for that. But it's like for new quests and things like that, and I'm doing that for the streaming. Like I wanted to get my quest cape. That's been my goal on Twitch all year long, is to get enough levels to get the quest cape. So, and now I'm just kind of keeping them all balanced because I'm sure the next one's going to come out and it's going to require level 90 something. So I've got to get something going. So I'm just trying to keep up with it. But yeah, you're completely right. It's if I wasn't doing the streaming part, then yeah, I'd probably be playing a lot less. Although I can't say I would stop playing at all because it's still fun. It's a good relaxing, like it's something to do that's not intense. Like if you play WoW, you're locking yourself in for like 4 hours a night every, what is it, Thursday or Tuesday, whenever the raid night. I think it's Thursdays.
Yeah.
But and it's like you've got to study and you've got to know what you're doing, and it's pretty intense. Whereas here you can just sit there and like you can watch a movie while you play this game. It's pretty lax.
Yeah.
You can't do that with a lot of other games.
I don't think people like us will ever. We're committed. We are institutionalized. Like
Yes, exactly.
there is no way in hell that I'd see us. I mean, you're totally right. Like other games require so much like studying. World of Warcraft, Diablo. I mean, fuck, like so many games over the years, and then you come on this game
Yeah.
and it's like click, 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 watch movie. Woo! EXP.
Yeah,
EXP.
exactly. Yeah, it goes back to the streaming thing. I can do this and watch people chat to me and talk with them as I'm playing, even though I'm doing. And I'm like the worst PVMer ever. I struggle to focus on everything because I have ADHD. I haven't been diagnosed, but I'm like 99% sure I have ADHD. But I can sit there and do Vorkoth, which is a difficult boss, and sit there and read chat and talk with people. Whereas I played Sea of Thieves one stream, and it
Oh
was
my god!
like
You and
I
my
couldn't
friend would
focus on the game.
love it. I spent $60 on that game, or 50, $60 a couple weeks ago because a friend from out of state was visiting. He's like, "Come on, I can play this." And I'm running around this fucking ship like a naughty pirate with my thumb up my fucking ass. And he's like, "Change the sail." And I move the sail the wrong way, then we crash. And he's like, "You fucking," and I'm like, I there's no fletching. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, that's what I said. I was trying to stream it and I couldn't even. I'm like focusing on the game, and I noticed I haven't talked to the chat like in 5 minutes. I'm sitting here like, talking with the other guys that I'm trying to sail with and trying not to sink because some guy is like trying to sink our boat or something like that, and it's a lot more intense. And that's a pretty like just lazy game by itself. It's not like World of Warcraft or something. So it's just a nice chill game. RuneScape, nice chill game. I could relax. Take a load off my mind, just to do something other than stress out about a game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that brings us to our next question, question 4. What is your favorite thing to do on RuneScape?
Oh, well, it's fletching, obviously. Runecrafting and fletching, definitely number 1 and 2, right up there with no. Honestly, everybody in my Twitch chat would say my favorite thing to do is bank stand. That's all you'll find me doing half the time, and we're kind of doing that right now. So, the funny thing is, like when I was doing RS3 or RS2, like back in the day, back when I was making videos, and especially after I won that video contest, I would log into RuneScape, I'd be in the bank, and all that would happen is everybody would start chatting at me. So I'd stand in the bank like for an hour and just chat with everybody and sit there and stare at my bank like, what am I gonna do? I don't know what to do right now. And I would just bank stand forever. And then it's to the point like the game started changing with the evolution of combat. So I stopped playing that, but I would log into the game, I'd stand there and I have no idea what to do. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stare at my bank and then talk to the people that were talking to me. Now it's kind of the same thing. Like I'll still chat with people, but I'll be staring at my bank like, what should I be doing right now? I guess I'll fletch. I'll sit there and fletch, sitting at the bank, doing my bank standing. Yeah, the other big thing I do now is probably Vorkoth. I think I got like 500 kills of Vorkoth. I got
you pronounce it Vorcraft, right?
Vorkoth. That's oh my god. I have like I have videos about how to pronounce things incorrectly because I have no idea half the time.
I've seen that video, and so I pronounce it Vokraf or Vokraf because
Vorcraft.
Yeah,
okay.
no one like it's, and then like I was streaming it the last time I was streaming it, people were like, no, you pronounce it this way. And then I started a fucking like brawl in my chat because a whole bunch of people were like, no, it's this way. But it's funny because if you get people in a room on a voice chat, or rather you're just talking to people like on a server or something, and if you start spewing out RuneScape names, there's going to be a good chance that no one pronounces something like the same way.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I made that joke in a video years and years ago about RuneScape pronunciations. And the joke was I almost deliberately mispronounced stuff just to troll people. But the joke in the original video was Canifis, which is pretty most people call it Canifis. I haven't heard anybody call it anything else.
Yep.
But I called it Sinifes in the video just because that's like the most obnoxious pronunciation you could possibly come up with that. So I started calling it Sinifes. And now I'm to the point where like, I'll just mispronounce everything just on purpose, just to get people excited in my chat, and then they have something to argue about and keep them busy.
Yeah, that's funny as hell. All right, so last and final question, and this I think is you're definitely gonna like this because it has a lot of value and meaning for all your accomplishments that you have done. What is your favorite video / stream you have created?
Oh, wow, that's a to think about that. You're asking me to pick my favorite child now. Let me think. So I guess everyone would probably think it's like the Jagex Bronze Dagger video because it was so popular, and the one that I won the initial Machinima contest for I forget even what was that about. It was it was just me coming up with stupid ideas for the video contest, and it was basically mocking all like the 90% of videos that you would see was like their music video or somebody like giving a guide to something. Like it was just like kind of poking fun at videos like that. And I don't know, I was it was funny because I was like arguing about with my friends like what should I make for for this video, and we're like, why did you do this? And like, no, that won't work. Why did you do this? No, that won't work. Hey, I know. Why don't I just make a video about me talking about this, like what we're coming up with, and we'll just make it a video. I think everybody liked the fact that I kicked Mark Gerhardt, the CEO of the company at the time. I like kicked him in the nuts in the middle of the video. So I think that's what gave it the green light at the Jagex offices, because I think they were picking the initial finalists.
Yep.
So you have to think about your audience, like who's voting on this stuff. So that may have had something to do with it. But as far as my favorite video is probably the karaoke we did for Christmas. It was All I Want for Christmas Is You, which is, I'm sure like everybody either loves that song or hates it because it's like played all the time. But I went out and got like a bunch of my video maker friends. I was like, you want to contribute to this? Yeah, yeah. And then all my fans, I was like, anybody who wants to be in my video, now's your chance. But I'm gonna make it difficult. You have to sing this Mariah Carey song with all the notes and all that. So you have to hit the high notes and make your submission. So I sent it out there. So it wasn't gonna be like an easy thing for them, but I got all kinds of submissions. It took me, man, that one took a straight month solid. I mean, I was working like hours a day, like putting all the like, try to listen to that song so many times. So I mean, so you have to figure, I got like 30 submissions for that. Everybody's singing the song. I have to go through and listen to every single like verse of the song from everybody, pick out which lines that they did good enough that it's not like completely embarrassing for them, and like mark it. Okay, that's a good enough line from them. Then listen to the next one, the same song over again with somebody else singing it. Pick out which lines work. Then put it into a spreadsheet. Figure out, like who fits into what lines. Like pick like 2 lines from each people where I get the whole song done and it sounds decent, where people aren't just completely blowing their lines. And then once I've got that, that's just the whole, just putting the song, like the audio together. That took like 3 weeks. And then once I got that done, I have to wrangle up all those people again to get them to show up in the game and act out their lines while they're singing it and put that together. So by far, it's like one of the hardest videos to put together. But the end result, I just love it. It's like everybody's singing, having fun. Everyone's singing terribly, still having fun. And I actually redid that last year, or the year before. Was it last year? I think it was last year. I redid it. And same thing. It was, I forgot how much work it was. Like, oh my God, I forgot what I was signing up for. But again, the end result, I just love the end result. And every Christmas, I like load it up just to listen to it. It's the singing's awful in some places, but it's got like that charm to it of, it's just the community singing and having fun together.
Yeah, I mean that gives me massive anxiety just thinking about how long it would take me to make something like that. I don't think I could ever do that, but something like that, and that's why like I love content, or rather creating. It's because just like you can watch that, like the top videos that I've made over the course of the last almost 15 years now. There's still some videos I pull up and I'm like, I can't believe I made this piece of poop that turned out to be gold.
Oh, that's like every video for me. Yeah.
But
it was like when I was big, it's like the stuff I thought was the worst. I was like, oh God, why am I uploading this? This is awful. This is just junk. Let me just throw it out there. I'll probably pull it down in a week. And then it blows up. You're like, what the hell? How are people like liking this stuff? All right, I guess I'll leave it up. And then something you work on like really hard and you're like, oh, this is great. People are gonna love this. You upload it and it's like, you used to do better stuff. Like, all right, I guess I can't read my audience very well, but it's amazing what stuff works and what doesn't.
Yeah, no, that video, that's I mean, it's a classic. And the amount of like, work that you put into it for the end result, for being, your top video, it definitely plays out. What about stream? Like, do you have
What's my favorite stream?
Favorite, and you see, that's I had a hard time answering this question too, because like, so let's say you stream like 2-3 times a week and stuff, right? It's very hard to pick like like you have to be doing something, memorable during a stream, because
right.
It's not like we can go back and, I mean, okay, yeah, I mean, we could go back and watch, but it's a lot harder because you may do something on stream and then delete that stream and it will be, forever lost. And whoop, goodbye.
Right.
But what would you
Yeah.
say like the best thing you have ever had like on stream?
I wish I had like an amazing moment where like my hair caught on fire or something like that, and like people, I don't have anything like that. Where it was like this past week, I played. I don't know if you ever played RimWorld, um, but I was just dabbling in something else because I had some extra time on the weekend. So I'm like, let me play another game, and like my usual crowd came in, and we did. So we played RimWorld, and I made like the chat. I made them the characters in the game,
Yeah.
and of course, halfway through the game, two of the characters fall in love, and they're like wanting to move in together. So the chat's all freaking out because they're looking to hook up, and they're like, no, sign up for this. So we're having a bit of fun for that, but so stuff like that. I wish I had more of that, where like things where the chat was freaking out because something happened like that. But as far as memorable moments, probably when I got the Questgate back, like I don't know how
Nice.
long ago was that? 3 weeks ago. We did the what's the final quest?
The
The night
bone or something. I can't
no
remember it.
the nightmare or not nightmare a night at the theater. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
So you have to beat that in entry mode, which is easier than the normal theater, but it's still not easy. But I read like 3 or 4 guides on it. I'm like, all right, I got to study this. I got to figure out how to do this. And all of them said like do it solo because if you do it solo, the bosses are just super nerfed. You can go in there and just range the whole thing. So I was like, all right, I'll try it this way, and I did pretty good. I mean, I got all the way to the last boss, and the last I didn't think it was going to be too bad entry mode, but the last boss was kicking my butt. And I was like really worried I wasn't gonna make it. I got to the final stage where you got tornadoes and crap like chasing you and like spiders appearing everywhere. You're basically running everywhere and trying to get a shot off like whenever you can. And I was like really thinking I wasn't gonna make it. I was down. I like ate my last piece of food. I'm down to like 15 health. I'm like praying everything I can to try and get this thing done. And I get off a shot and I kill her. And then her last shot, like, so she dies. And the last shot she comes, curves around and smacks me and kills me too. And I was like, no, I thought I had this. No. And I reappeared and it gave me credit for the kill. So I was like, oh, all right. I'm so relieved. I did it. Like I got the whole theater done on my first try, which apparently is not hard, not easy to do. But I was so stoked for that. I got my Questgate back. Definitely a pivotal moment for me to get my original look back. I'm over in the bank standing, but I do the Questgate emotes. It's a legitimate cake. I'm not fashion scape faking this. It's a legitimate cape. But yeah, it was definitely a high point for me for streaming anyway.
Yeah, I have tremendous amount of respect for you having a quest cape. Excuse me, because I'd rather chop my fucking balls off than get a quest cape. Honestly, like there's just if I had to do that quest, I mean, firstly, I think I'd have to take a fuck ton of drugs to complete every single quest on this game. Like this game, some of the quests for me are just like and just terrible. So I
Oh
definitely
yeah, it's a drag. Yeah, there's stuff you have to do. It's like, why am I doing this? Like the
I
bone, or what is it? The bone, rag and bone man. You just sit there and kill like 50 different
yep.
animals, wait for their drop, get it, do a bunch of crap with it to get the bone cleaned, and yeah, it's it's no easy picnic there.
Oh, absolutely. And the funny thing, and it's kind of ironic that you said you getting your quest key back because one of your like for me, like I'm known for having my outfit of like, but the quest cape is part of your it's your icon.
Right.
So many people like if you take away the names and you put like you up there as your outfit, I guarantee you everyone will be like, oh, yep, that's Excel. Yep, yep, he has the
Yeah,
quest cape.
yeah,
That's him.
yeah, and that's why I'm happy to get it back. I finally feel like I'm myself again.
Yep.
Like even like I've told like Jimmy, he's pretty big. He said he wanted to get the quest cape because guys like me had the quest cape. So I mean that's pretty cool to hear from somebody like from him. So it's cool to have that look back. I'm glad I have it again.
Yeah, no, definitely. So that's all the questions I have for you for this interview, and I just want to say once again, thank you so much, and so many of my followers who know you, they're definitely going to appreciate this interview, and
All right.
once again, I just want to say thank you to you for inspiring me to start this series.
Oh yeah, I
And
hope it goes well.
definitely have you tune in for more of your streams. And like I said before, people, all of Excel's links are down below. Make sure you guys go and see his sexy and awesome streaming. And for those of you who have never watched any of his videos that he uploaded and made years ago, you damn well fucking better, because those videos, whoo, a lot more editing time than Nightmare.
Well, thank you, man. It was fun. I had just as much fun as when you came on our stream. And you guys, if you want, you can dig through those videos, watch that stream we did. I think we talked for like 2 hours.
Oh,
Usually
it was
the
awesome.
interviews
Yeah.
would go about an hour. We talked forever. It was a fun time.
Yep. That link will also be down below in the description as well. And once
Awesome.
again, XL, just thank you, man, and continue doing what you're doing.
No problem. Thanks.